do this nice and quick. All right.
And not do it 10 times.
We will not be doing it 10 times.
Let's reset the last.
Okay. So today we're going to talk about the Iberostar Grand Paraiso because we've been there a few times and.
It's not a few.
No, well, we've been to the complex 3 times total.
Not the Grand Paraiso.
No, but we've been to that. Screw it. It's got to be one of those days. And it's also the videos that receive the most hits. So I'm guessing it's the things that people have the most questions about. And in our regular videos, we don't really answer any questions. We just show around.
Sure.
That's basically what the videos are for. Just kind of imagining that you're there. That's the sounds of the pool, the sounds of the lounge.
A day in the life.
Yeah, it's just a day in the life. And so those get quite a few hits, but they don't answer any questions. So today we're going to focus in on the 5 reasons we love going to the Grand Paraiso.
5 reasons that aren't so great.
So if you've checked out the previous videos, we've stayed at the villa both times we've been to the Grand. We love the villas, and we're going to talk about that a little later, but they're not included in the 5 things we love because that's different. It's
our preference.
It's a preference. It's really not about the complex as a whole. That's just us. So let's talk about the first thing that we love about the Grand Paraiso. First thing on my list is super safe, super clean. There is no doubt about it that when you're on the complex, it is pristine.
There's like nothing. There's never any trash. There's the grass. The landscaping is spectacular. They're always out there manicuring the lawns and the flowers. Even in the middle of December, there's beautifully manicured evergreens and there's some flowers still budding, and you see all of the little lizards out and some of the wild animals, and everything is able to be out there because there's no trash and everything's shiny. Clean.
Yeah, and most resorts are clean, mm-hmm. But I find this one just pristine. Like the floors in the main hallways must be marble or some sort of, mm-hmm. But they're always reflective. It's always shiny because they constantly clean the floors. It's and I don't remember seeing any carpeting anywhere.
Nope, there's no carpeting.
There's no carpeting. It's just a beautiful place, and it's super safe. I have never felt unsafe in Mexico in general, but in that resort specifically.
No, it's behind closed gates, and there's a guard shack, and even on the beach, it's a long strip of resorts, but end to end, you can walk end to end from one resort to another along the beach, and I think it's pretty safe. You get to the end, and it's definitely beach patrol and stuff like that. But it's definitely a very safe area. Wouldn't be a video if Toby wasn't making noise.
Yeah, boy. Okay, so I think we've talked enough about safety, and cleanliness. It just is. And been to a lot of resorts. This is as clean a resort as I've ever been.
They come and they clean every day, and when we say clean, like everything is very, very pristine, very clean, very good housekeeping services. The pools at the villa, they come in, they clean it every day, they vacuum it out, so the pools are beautiful and clean. And they scrub down the cabanas at the regular pools every day. Everything is top notch. Like you just can't There's nothing to complain about.
Anybody who complains about the cleanliness or the safety of the resort hasn't been there. Okay. All right, so let's move on to the second thing, the food. And honestly, this is at the top of my list for why I love going there.
Just wow.
Just the food is incredible. So let's give a specific example of the last time we went. Right, our first day there, we ate at the French restaurant, and it was just.
You probably couldn't go to France and get a better meal.
Yeah, honestly, it was just spectacular.
It was just every course, every bite, nothing was not like your typical American meal. It's like oversized and a lot of just a lot of food. It was well proportioned, just the flavors and the taste, and they've got a top French chef working that kitchen because it's just wonderful.
Yeah, the food's exceptional.
Toby.
He makes me laugh. Yeah, and we like going over New.
We like going over New Year's.
We like going over New Year's, and this New Year's there was the buffet at
the gala
buffet.
Wow.
Which the food was.
Wow.
Like I had never seen food at a buffet like that before. It was.
And we've been to Vegas, and Vegas has some pretty grand buffets, but this was just
extraordinary,
over the top, crazy. Like the types of food. You had the seafood bar, and you had the sushi area, and the meat, the meat carving stations and pasta. Like any type of food you wanted was there, and it was all like super high class food.
And then the dessert table.
Oh my God, to die for!
It was unbelievable. Wow. Yeah, so the food is a one of the absolute things that we love about the Iberostar Grand Paraiso.
There's plenty of different selections. I see a Mexican, Mediterranean.
Even their sushi's awesome.
Sushi's.
Even the sushi at the buffet. Even if you're at the buffet, you see the sushi thing. You normally walk right by that because nobody wants to eat sushi at a buffet. But it's really, really good.
Remember when there was sushi that last day at the lunch? And it was just top notch.
Yeah.
Like it just at lunchtime, the lunchtime buffet had one day, every day it's got probably a little like a special corner area. And this, like they had sushi one day for lunch.
Good.
And it was like the fish was fresh and like there was no,
Yeah. Oh, we should say this video is not sponsored by Iberostar.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. And we're going to talk about some stuff that we don't like. Definitely not sponsored. We're just sharing our experiences.
Exactly.
Okay. The third thing, we love spending the evenings in the lounge. Like that's our go-to. Before dinner, we spend about an hour there. After dinner, we spend an hour or so there. It's just super relaxing, and the entertainment at the lounge is really, really good.
There's always something different. Wonderful singers, musicians, small bands, whatever. And it's just, And sometimes they have like the entertainers that do the bigger shows. They come in early. Sometimes they'll do something along, as a sidekick to whoever's doing singing. There's a pianist this time. Someone who like. One woman, she played multiple instruments like all at once, like a violin and a cello. Oh, the cellist, she was good.
She was really good.
Wow. There was one night there was He was a opera singer. Wow. He was just
Yeah, and I'm going to cut right now and show you a little clip of him singing.
great.
Okay. Yeah, so we love spending time at the lounge. That's just us. We're not going to hang out at the discotheque. We're not kids.
I like to think we are, but we're not.
Yeah, we're not. But we like just, and it's not something that's why we go away. We
Yeah,
go away so that we're not
talk.
spending our nights in our room watching TV.
Which we do regularly.
We go there to people watch, really.
People watching. That is definitely something you can do at this resort. You can people watch and see folks from all different types and all different personalities, and it's entertaining all in itself.
Very much so. Okay, the fourth thing that we love about the Grand, how quiet the pool is, or how
The quiet pool is.
not
the noisy pool.
The quiet pool is
The fun
very
pool.
very quiet. The quote unquote noisy pool isn't really that noisy.
Activities pool.
There's activities around and there's some music, but the Grand doesn't have any kids, so there's no screaming kids. There's no parent yelling at Jason to get off his brother. There's just nothing. It's just mature. It's grown up, and there's adults doing activities and getting.
Not that we don't like children. We have children. It's just sometimes you need to get away from children, not have that screaming.
And your own children, always better than other people's
Of course.
children. So we've decided that when we go away, it's adults only, until we have grandchildren.
Until we have grandchildren, then we'll go to one of the other resorts on the property.
And then we'll have 2 separate vacations.
We'll need a vacation from the vacation to decompress.
That's right. So the quiet pool, very, very quiet. The fifth thing, the last thing we're going to talk about, the staff is incredible. The people that work there are top notch. They are attentive, very friendly, very competent.
Overly accommodating. They're always on. Sometimes you have a bad day and you just have an off day and you're just grumpy. No one's ever grumpy.
No.
They say hello to you all the time. The butler service, spectacular. They know your name. They know if you don't even have to say you're in a particular room. They just know who you are. And so, I'll be walking by. Good morning, Miss Costa. How are you, Miss Costa? Like it's just They know everything.
And they'll say, "Do you need us to bring you anything today?" And we're just walking by, and we'll say, "A couple bottles of wine," and they're like, "Okay, we'll have that too."
Yep.
And done. That's it. No, nothing else. It's
when it was my birthday, so it's when we go, it's over New Year's and my birthday, and so our room on my birthday, they knew it was my birthday, but I came back to the room and there was chocolates and the bed said happy birthday on it, and again, we walked by first thing in the morning, happy birthday, Miss Costa, we hope you have a great day. Like it was just really phenomenal.
You feel special.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's appreciated because it's not cheap. And when you're spending that kind of money, you like to feel special.
Yep.
It's true. All right, we wouldn't be doing this if we didn't screw up, or if I didn't screw up every now and then. There is no we in that.
Every now and then?
Every single time. There has not been a situation where it has not gone wrong.
Just saying.
But she's married to me, so contractually, she has to do this.
Maybe not for long. Keep making me do this. Anyways.
Okay, let's move on to the next part. Let's talk about the 5 things we've identified that we don't like about this, or that we're not crazy about. There's nothing that's a deal breaker. Well, except the last thing maybe, but we'll just talk about the 5 things that we think
Toby,
could
come
be improved.
here.
What's he kind of focused on?
The birds.
It's cute though.
No, he's not.
All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Anybody who's been to the Grand Paraiso knows about this, and that's the upsell. The upsell to their prestige plan, Star Prestige plan, is intense. They push it really, really hard, and this
It's really, really expensive.
And this last time we're like, all right, we got 90 minutes to kill. Let's figure out what this is all about.
We people aren't allowed to give away the information, so you don't know what it is until you actually go through it. So we were curious.
We're curious, and we did it.
And the guy who did it was legit. He was cool. Like, he was a nice guy. Kind of felt bad for him. Sales guy. I mean, typical sales guy. But
trying his hardest, and God bless him. He's trying to sell.
He's doing his job.
And we are not average customers. We negotiate multi-million-dollar contracts in our jobs. We're not easy targets. And we were curious. We wanted to see what all this was about, and we did it. And it is not for us, and I can't imagine it being for anybody. But to each their own. It's unbelievably expensive, and at the end of that expense, you don't own anything. It's not a timeshare.
Nope.
So
after 20 years, it goes away.
So we're not going to get into any details because there might be some liability or legal stuff that we signed on that I don't know. I just don't want to get into any trouble with Iberostar. So we're not going to get into any details. All we're saying is that I wish that they would tone down that upsell.
Yeah, it's a little much.
And if they want to consider a better plan, there's probably better things that they could be doing, in my opinion. I don't think that this is a good offer. I think it feels really like they're taking advantage of people in a moment of weakness.
Yep.
That's how it feels. It's just my opinion. Legal disclaimer. Okay, next thing we're not crazy about, restaurant reservations.
Yeah, it's not easy to get a reservation. You can't make reservations in advance unless it's your 50th birthday like it was mine. We were able to get a couple in advance, but they won't do the whole thing. They don't open up the ability to do reservations until like a week before. Meaning each week the restaurants have a set of reservations, so you like legitimately can't make a reservation until the week before, but you have to be on the property to make reservations, and you can do it through the butlers, through the concierge, through their app. We'll talk about how difficult it is to do it on their app. Toby, come here. Yeah, I mean, you can do walk-up service and things like that, but to get the times that you want, it's just not easy. And if they could make one improvement, it would be to how you make reservations and when you can make reservations, being able to go onto the before, like let's say a week before, open it up a week before you get there, something to that effect. But it's not the best quality of the resort.
Yeah, the restaurant reservation method feels passé. Feels like it's from another time.
Yep.
It's
definitely old school.
It's not ideal, and they should acknowledge that if you can't make reservations before, then chances are, and you're only there for 5-6 days, chances are you're not going to get to eat in the restaurant you want the first couple of days. That's for absolute. That's for certain.
That's for certain. Yep.
And that's unfortunate because their food's awesome.
Yeah.
You should want people to try your French restaurant.
Yep. Even like the gala dinner on New Year's Eve, you didn't even know it was available.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about that.
No, we were fortunate enough to see someone post it on the Facebook fan page about a reservation for the gala. So I jumped on it, in advance when I had asked for my booking, and fortunately we were able to get a reservation. But they don't advertise that at all about the New Year's Eve dinner reservation thing for the buffet. So that was crazy.
They overall they don't advertise or market their internal activities very well. Honestly, the first year that we went, we missed a whole bunch of poolside shows simply because we didn't know they existed.
Yep.
And since that first time, we joined the Facebook group and we kept hearing about all these shows, and that's the only way we knew that they existed. When you're on the complex, there's nothing telling you that there's...
Well, there is. I mean, if you go onto the app and you look at the schedule, and they have the schedule boards, the daily events board, but for the bigger activities, you would think like the New Year's Eve gala. I need your all and nothing less than. I can't go on in between, 'cause it's everything or nothing. There was limited information or marketing about that. There was the nighttime shows. There's limited to no marketing until that evening that there's an event going on. So unless you're really paying attention to the calendars, you don't know what's going on. And we're not sometimes you want to disconnect.
It's a vacation. I don't want to be looking at my phone and trying to schedule and plan, and that's not what I want to do. I want to walk by something, or I want to get a handout in the morning when I wake up under my door telling me what the special activity is from that day. That's what I want. Just tell me. Just
have it some big poster out there. I don't know, but in the breakfast area or where you have lunch and breakfast, so I don't know. It's just a suggestion. They could do better on their entertainment information.
Okay, the shows at the theater. There's a theater on the complex that is connected to the Grand, and the shows at the theater are not cheap.
No. They're paid. They're extra paid shows, and the cost of going, to the theater off Broadway in Boston or in New York,
it's not cheap.
It's not cheap, and you would think for all inclusive they were, I might understand they're trying to make a little extra money, but there's no incentive to go because they have really good shows, free shows that are that are really nice. They're really great, music and dancers and all of that. So why would I go to almost like a Cirque du Soleil type show that's $50 to $60 a person.
And that's not to say the show at the gala, because we went to the gala show at the theater. New Year's Eve,
Yeah.
and the entertainment was
It was
excellent.
phenomenal, but there was no cost to that.
But there was no cost
There was
to
no
that.
cost to that. Like, so
That's the only reason we went.
So why? But I don't. That's. Toby, come here.
He's obsessing about birds all of a sudden.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a new thing.
So yeah, I mean, we'll never pay for it. We'll never do it. The Iberostar may want to consider is folks that use a marketing ploy. If you stayed 5 or more nights, you get 1 free show or 2 free shows if you're there for 7 nights or more, or something to that effect. Just make it maybe make it worthwhile to stay longer. But yeah, I've never paid for that.
No, ever. And the last item, the recent price increases.
Wow.
Just wow.
We understand inflation's an issue, and everyone's having challenges.
And we're recording, so just to be clear, we're recording this beginning of March. We got back at
2023, yeah.
2023. We got back at the beginning of January 2023, and we did this year what we did last year is we started looking right away to book on our next trip. We just love it there, and ready to rebook. The prices
It went up 30-40%.
just
It was
astronomical.
It was insane. And again, we understand inflation went up. We expected a price increase, but 40%, that's just stupid.
And that's through searching online. We normally book through Apple Vacation, and
So
that
whether you did through
price.
an Apple Vacation or direct, the price was exactly the same. And that price increase was just stupid. So we may or may not go again. I mean, it's a nice resort. We don't mind paying the premium because it's such a wonderful resort. But at the price it is right now, we feel they're taking advantage of folks, and that's not cool.
Yeah.
So we'll wait a little bit while longer, see if the price comes down. If it doesn't, we may have to look somewhere else. So unfortunately.
Yeah, and honestly, these vacations for us are a way for us to decompress and just relax.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a comfortable place to relax, and we would gladly go back every year. Like there's nothing more that I would want from an all-inclusive, really, and this meets all our needs. But I think everything has to be reasonable. And right now, I think that the price increase, we're not talking about a few $100s. We're talking about thousands.
Right.
And that's ridiculous. All right, cool. You want to talk quickly about the bracelets, because we didn't talk about that.
Oh, bonus, yeah. So if you're a frequent traveler and you're like me, I hate carrying around those key cards because they always get lost. You're always forgetting them. So Iberostar came up with a nice little wristlet. Because you could get away with a wristlet anyways. And now they have something that's the size of an Apple Watch that goes on its bamboo, right?
Yeah, it's a little tiny wafer thin bamboo strip.
Waterproof.
It's super
and all
light,
that.
so you don't notice it.
And that's your key card.
That's your key card right there.
And so it's always on your wrist. You never have to worry about it. We kind of felt naked the first couple of days.
Yeah, you're constantly looking for your card.
You're looking for your key.
You
Is
leave.
she heavy key?
You close the door and you're like, oh crap, I forgot. And then you're like, oh no,
Yeah.
got it right here.
Yeah. So that was definitely two thumbs up for Iberostar on coming up with those wristlets. So
It's an innovation that's very practical and it works, which is good.
Yep.
All right, let's wrap it up there. Hopefully this works.
Hopefully.
If not, I will get punched. Please subscribe and check out the other videos that we did on the Iberostar. That's it. Bye.